How's it going, everyone? It is Andre Williams, and over here we talk stocks and we focus on one thing: always protect your profits. And today we're going to be talking about Mullen. Ended up having a pullback, no surprises there. We did experience quite the sell-off inside of the markets. So I know many of you are curious about what this stock looks like going into tomorrow. I've noticed some things with the price action, which I'm going to be sharing with you. So we're going to be taking a look at the charts, and we're also going to be taking a look at the short interest. And just to remind you, if you're new to this channel, we do have timestamps down below inside the description because I value your time. And then when all of that is done, I'll be letting you guys know my final thoughts. So let's get into those videos right now. So let's take a look at the chart from Mullen. So it ended up closing at 53 cents, being down 6.58%. On the low, it tested 53 cents, and then on the high, testing 55 cents. When we take a look at the volume stats on the day, you can see we traded at 78.697 million shares, and the average volume over 10 trading days is at 127.782 million shares. So we had below average volume on the day, and we saw a pullback in the stock. When we take a look at our chart, which is a daily chart, the first thing that we notice, we're still continuing to trade below all of our major moving averages, and we also have a lower low and a lower high pattern that continues. So one of the things you want to look out for going into tomorrow, we are going to be having this retest back to 52 cents. If Mullen decides to break through 52 cents, that's where I could see it testing 50 cents, and then we want to see what it will do from there. If you're looking for a turnaround, we ended up seeing a high at 55 cents, or I should say just shy of 56 cents. So we need to have price action above this level and at least get to the previous day's high to get around 59 cents. This would be very crucial for this play. If we end up revisiting back to 55 and then we get a rejection, that's where it looks very likely we will test 52 cents and go down even lower. So overall, for my bulls out there, what you want to see from Mullen, it needs to make that move going to 60 cents, which is right where we have that 9 EMA, and we know it has served as resistance in the past. So if we get to 60 cents, you want to see some continued momentum. And if we don't get that momentum, at least you guys know what it looks like to the downside. So we're going to take a look at the short interest information from Mullen. So the off exchange short volume ratio is at 47.54%, and then for the off exchange short volume, it is just over 47.84 million shares. Scrolling down on the page, the short shares availability is at 10 million, updated 10 minutes ago, and then for the short borrow fee rate, it is at 14.70%. When we take a look at the history of the short volume, you can see for the close of the 9th, it was at 45.41, and then for the close of the 12th, being at 47.54. So it's gone up a little bit. And then when we take a look at the short interest percentage of the float being at 15.34%, Mullen does continue to have short squeeze potential. So for my final thoughts for Mullen when it comes to the price action, so you can see that we're very close to retesting the 52-week low at 52 cents. We also do see on the chart we're continuing to have a lower low and a lower high pattern. So it becomes very important for Mullen to make a move to 60 cents sometime this week. Ended up seeing a high just shy of 56 cents. So if we end up revisiting this level and we get rejected, that's where we can actually break through that 52-week low and test right around 50 cents. And I'll be very curious to see if the bulls want to step in and buy up the play. Will we see 47? Will we see 48 cents? It is a possibility, and I want to make sure you guys are fully aware of that. But the bulls just want to see Mullen making that move to 60 cents for this week. If it is able to do that, then going into next week, things can get very interesting for the play. But of course, I'll be keeping you guys inside of the loop. And when we took a look at the short interest information, it does continue to have short squeeze potential. We already know that this play is also catalyst driven, so you want to make sure you add that to your notes as well. And this is why we also do have strong pops when we do get some really good news. And as far as for the CPI report that I was telling you guys about in yesterday's video, it ended up coming above expectation. No surprises. That's why we had a strong sell-off inside of the market. The analysts were expecting that it would probably be around 8 to 8.1%, and it came in today at 8.3. So it did come in above, and many people are saying the sell-off that we had inside of the market was an overreaction. But it does bring in a lot of curiosity whether Jerome Powell is going to be sticking with 75 basis points, or is he going to go with a full 100 basis points. It is too early to actually assume what he might do, but in my personal opinion, I think he might just stick with doing the 75 basis points because we still had a reduction when we compare it to the previous month. But outside of all of that, what really matters is that you have a game plan and that you have a strategy. Know those levels and be able to play off of that price action for all of my traders out there. And for my investors, like like I've always been saying, you want to make sure that you have a strategy in regards to dollar cost averaging and making sure that you take advantage of the dips, but only do it if you're doing your homework and you have high conviction. So I hope you enjoyed this video, and I will continue to keep you guys inside of the loop. We'll talk soon.